work out here. No slacking.
Hello guys, the bomber Tony Bellew has won a shocking victory against Haye last night. I tried to go live on this one and show you a video right after this one because I watched it, the whole fight, not just this fight, but everything that happened in the O2. I watched it last night. I tried to go live, but it didn't work out. I had some technical difficulties, so you didn't get to see my face, guys. But if you would have seen me, you would have seen how excited I was. If you watched this with me, you know how good of a fight this was. Definitely in my top two. I think my top two, this one and also the Dylan White and Chisora fight that we saw earlier on this year. But this was such a good fight, exciting build up and a shocking victory. Tony Bellew shut Haye's mouth and he beat him. He beat him. It was a stoppage. Who would have thought it was a stoppage? Imagine if you put your money on Bellew to win, you'll be in rum steak today. You'll be so happy. Imagine, who would have thought that Bellew would win by stoppage? I mean, Haye's team had to throw in the towel because Haye was injured. He was a wounded animal in there, and he was just waiting to be taken out. It's just a shame. Well, not a shame, but Bellew didn't have that power to knock him out. But he could have. This fight could have been stopped at any point. I mean, from about after round 5, round 6, round 7, even round 8, there was times Haye was visibly injured. He even had his corner like tape him up because he was so injured. But the thing is that he lost this, and he had all that talk about how I'm gonna knock this guy out in any minute. And to be honest, you know what? Haye looks slow in there. He's not the Haye from 5 years ago, and it was true. Ring rust was really a legitimate factor, and it was the factor that made him lose, you know. And you know what? If you'd have thought Tony Bellew and his strategy would win, you would have been absolutely 100% correct. Bellew said it, that this guy is not the same. He's an old man. He's not in a fighting condition. I'm gonna tire him out and I'm gonna finish him off. It's gonna be what you didn't. It's gonna be something you didn't expect, and boy did not disappoint. This was a really exciting fight. Haye seemed to be gracious in defeat at the end, but he was saying that if the fans want to do this again, I'll do it again. I hit him with my best shots. He got back up. Haye didn't even got back up. Bellew didn't even go down. So I don't know what he's talking about there, but he was saying that if the fans want to see this again, and to be honest, we're all fans here, but in my personal opinion, no. Why would Bellew want to do this again? Like, how are you going to do a grudge match again? Like, you'd have to build up all that tension again. They've already had the fight and hugged it out. How are they going to make this one happen for number 2? I think that's just Haye trying to, you know, he's been defeated, and he was such the favourite, and he just wants to feel better about himself by saying that they could do this again. He even said I felt like I was the better man in my mind. But it doesn't matter in your mind, because in that, you lost. And you know what? I think from this point he should retire. He should retire in this, because when he was fit, we could say he was the best in his division. 5 years later, he's old. Haye caught up to him. You know what? Just retire now. This fight doesn't mean anything. There was no belts in it. It was just between you and Haye. You called out Bellew. Bellew beat you. Done. Call it a loss and just leave, because there were points in there that he looked like a wounded animal. He couldn't throw those haymakers as he did in the first few rounds, and I'm not sure it was just tiredness. He looked like he had an injury, and he was on the ropes. To be honest, I thought the ref would stop it. I really did think the ref would stop it numerous of times in that fight, but the ref just carried on letting it go, and he really looked like a wounded animal. Remember I said that thing about the saber-toothed tiger? Well, Bellew really came out with his weapons and his tools this morning rather. But he really did come out with his tools. It was yesterday, yeah. And he wounded the saber-toothed tiger, and he put him down. I mean, he didn't knock him out, but he put him on the canvas. There was a point when there was a headbutt, and Bellew went down, but that wasn't a knockout. Haye didn't seem to be able to touch Bellew with shots, But Bellew did say that, I think it was in, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a specific round where Bellew took like 4 shots in straight succession, and we were on the edge of our seats thinking, is this it? Is he really gonna get knocked out here? And he stood there. His legs weren't wobbled. He looked a bit shaken in his face, but he just went back to his boxing. He didn't seem that phased by it. And then at the end, he said that, you know what, I was in there with the bigger man, with the bigger punches, and I took his hits, and I thought, this guy really does hit hard. If he hits me anymore, I don't think I'm going to be able to take it. But he really did show tremendous heart and determination, and he won the fight. He won the fight, and you could see by on his face he was so happy. He said to his wife and children who weren't there at the time, but he's like, we're going to get married in July. And yeah, he proved it. So where does Bellew go from here? Does he move up? Well, I'm sure he's going to have fights now at heavyweight if he wanted to, but I think this was just a personal thing that them two had, and he's beaten. Tony Bellew has beat David Haye, and it was a really exciting fight. If you didn't get to watch this, make sure you watch it on like repeat, or just try and watch it, because this was a really exciting fight to watch. But yeah, Bellew beat Haye. If you put money on this, you on bait and hem, Bellew to win, you would have been smiling. All those people, the majority of people were putting money on Haye for the earlier rounds. Wow, you lost out here. But wow, this was a good fight. Bomber beat the Haymaker. Haymaker couldn't touch him. Haymaker couldn't put him down. Haymaker looked slow. He was a slow man in there last night. But yeah, this is D-Valor Boxing. Just giving you a quick review and a breakdown of this fight. Bellew, if you haven't watched it, Bellew beat David Haye. It was a stoppage in the 10th round. 11th, yeah, they threw in the towel, and he couldn't go any longer. But yeah, I've been talking so long, my battery's about to die. Yeah, Bellew beat Haye. I don't know why I'm still here talking to you guys, because it's just so mad. No one expected it, but some of us did expect it, because he just wanted to shut Haye's mouth. Well, his mouth is shut now. Let's just hope that doesn't get any lasting damage from this, because I do like Haye, even though he's arrogant. But you know what, he's lost now, so we can move forward from this. But yeah, I just gave you a quick review on this fight. There was other big fights on there. Hara won his fight against Derry Matthews. Sam Egerton won his fights against Paul. That was an exciting one too. And then straight after he lost, he went back to commentating. Katie Taylor won hers, and in America, Keith Thurman won his, and I'll be talking about that big unification fight straight after this, guys. But thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this, don't forget to give me a like. This is D-Valor Boxing. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. D-Valor Boxing, and I'm out.